Alright, so I have the coolest thing to tell everybody. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I was actually on my way to go into Planet Fitness to work out and stretch and whatever. And I was sitting here and I got like the prestigious royal spot, like the first spot right outside. And I'm sitting here, and right next to where the Planet Fitness is, there is a Dollar Tree, and then like Big Lots, and a little further down there's Target and whatever. And so, anyway, I'm sitting here, and outside of the Dollar Tree comes this lady who I have no idea what is happening with her, but she is not having a good day. And in the process of sitting here and watching her and just kind of like where I am in my headspace right now of just really trying to look for the love in everybody and look for ways to love everybody. Like, if I take enough time to sit and think about a person, like, even if for whatever reason on the external it looks like they're, in a funk or whatever, I normally can come to a place where I can see them having fun. And so in this particular case, this is a story about how what you think about today makes a difference about what's going to happen in your life in the future. Now, you can call it all kinds of things, because in my journey of figuring some stuff out, I have looked at every element of why our lives are what they are and how we can do anything about it. Like, I grew up very religious, and so the idea of praying was always great, but the idea that I was praying to someone else who in some way was just kind of like watching me struggle and like waiting for the moment when he was going to give me the answer, I couldn't subscribe to that anymore. So, anyway, so like I would say the first time that I ever heard about this in concept was from a book that a friend of mine gave me a very long time ago called Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. I actually can't remember much of what I read from that, but the concept, that would have been the first time that I really heard the concept of what it is. The Secret is the same thing. I've watched a lot of Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, Jerry Hicks videos. I have looked into pagan cultures. I have looked into Greek cultures. I have looked into basically everything you can think of that would tell you that you are an actual like participant in how your life goes. And not just like in a, yeah, if I'm good, everything's gonna be good. No, if you're good and you're kind and you're happy and you're loving, it goes the way you want it to, because you're gonna be thinking the good things. So, if you're wondering what this is about Domino Rally. Okay, so I have said to people before, I do not remember very many Christmases from my childhood. In fact, I really feel like there's only one that I remember more than any other, and it was a Christmas where my dad, Jay Henderson, had brought a whole bunch of presents. And so, I mean, as a kid, I was taught that Christmas is about that joy, and, if I don't even remember very many of them, I can't even imagine what was happening on some of those other Christmases. But this was a Christmas of joy. This was a Christmas of, oh my gosh, these are things I didn't even know existed. And here I have them, and that's what I remember. And I would have probably been like 6 or 7 years old. Maybe 8, but probably 7. So, got these gifts from my dad. And one of those gifts was this game, Domino Rally. Domino Rally Deluxe Set. It is separate dominoes. There are dominoes on track. And then there is this thing that allows a rocket to shoot off of it. As you see, featuring the rocket launcher. So this is why this matters. I mean, I shared all that about Christmas and stuff because that is like I said, that is one of my favorite memories. So the other day I was out to eat and I saw this little boy who was there with his dad and his grandma, and he had the cutest eyes, and the cutest hair. Like, his hair it's on point. And so anyway, I went up and I was like, you have the most awesome hair. I don't even know if you know that. And I started talking to him, and I started talking to his dad and his grandma, and he said something about Dominoes. And I don't even remember exactly what it was that he said, but he said something about Dominoes. And I said, yeah, when I was a kid, I remember getting this toy where it was like Dominoes, and you set them up, and then they when they top it all over, they came to the middle and it set off this rocket. I had that conversation with that kid 3 or 4 days ago. I have it written down in my journal. In fact, it was such an interesting thing. Forever and always. He was talking about families. It was his dad was Jose Campos, and he was a little kid. He was the son of Mr. Jose Campos, who is an incredible human being here in Yakima, and he wants to start a food truck, and I am excited for that. So anyway, though, his little cute kid with these adorable eyelashes, and that I'm gonna have those. Anyway, I talk about a game that is literally 30 years old. 30 years old. And then today, I was on a walk downtown, and I found this. Well, actually, I was walking randomly, and then I heard some music. And I thought, well, I love music, so I'm just going to go and I'm going to check that out, because that's what I do. If I'm feeling it, I do it. So I go in this, it's downtown. It's actually the Lighthouse something or other, but it's the Yakima Union Gospel Mission thrift shop. And they were just playing music from their outdoor speakers. And I went in and I was walking around, and I, just looking at things, just kind of taking in stuff. There were lots of old things. And whenever I see something that is old, it always makes me think of back in that time of the day or that time of my life. And so, I always just kind of walk around and take everything in. And then on the shelf, I see this. I mean, this game, this thing is 30 years old. It looks probably the same as the one that I had when I was a kid. The box is in good condition. The pieces inside we all saw were in good condition. I mean, check it. Check it. What I'm saying is that I actually now can see the correlation both with big things and little things and big things, where my thoughts about how things were going to go, or a thought that I had in mind, or whatever, happened. So, my father-in-law a while back called me a hippie prophet. Peace, love, and happiness, check. Prophet, what does that even mean, really? Except I'm at a point where I will take it, because I talked about this game days ago, and here it is, and I'm from Orlando, Florida. Now, I know this is a Pressman game that was, put everywhere, but when I had it in Orlando, Florida. I'm very far from there. And, you often will see where certain games, certain items are regional or whatever. Well, against whatever odds, or combining with whatever incredible odds there are, this game also existed here, and it just happened to be in the thrift shop that I went into. So, all I'm saying is, consider what you are thinking about right now. Is it a good thought? Could it be better? And is there the best thought? And I mean, literally every day I come to realize that you can be happy all the time. Like, I would say that my literal percentage rate at this point is like maybe 97 to 99%. Like when you look at the details of what's going on in my life, people are like, what is she doing? But I'm happy like 99% of the time. Like, I may have a moment in a day where I'm like, ugh, this is frustrating. Because there's a thing that I'm like, oh, I want that right now. So, and I don't have it. And so I'm frustrated. And then I'm like, and all of a sudden, I just feel okay. And then I keep going and I keep doing things. And I come across things like this where it's like Domino Rally from the 80s. The 80s. Like, oh, goodness. I'm going to have you guys bear with me for a second because I'm going to check out. I don't know if these have the same kind of information. You know, like that thing. What is it called? Patent isn't the right word that I'm thinking. The copyright. Or the trademark. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not going to make it even myself find it because I can see where it says, like, I could send some questions to them, but I don't see anywhere on here where it says the actual year that this game was made. So we're going to say, though, like 1989, maybe. So think about your thoughts. And also, I am looking for people to play Domino Rally with. Because this is actually like one of the most off the charts fun things that I remember doing as a kid. So yeah, I'll be taking applications. You can text me, call me. That's all. So, I've really got to get a different recording device too because I can't stick this onto my magnet thing because the front camera doesn't work, and so I have to use the back camera. And speaking of, I mean, I just like, it's almost like it's a superpower. So that's partially why I feel like I am feeling the need to tell people about some of these things. Can you see my windshield? Like, the other day, no joke. Actually, it kind of is a joke. If you want to joke about it, like, I would love to actually make some sort of art piece further with it. The other day, I had taken a rock out of the trunk as I was organizing the trunk, and I set it on the back, and I set it there, and I thought to myself, I shouldn't put that there, because when I go to close it, it's not going to close. But I didn't think about what that really meant, and so then, you know, like 30 minutes later or something, I finish up, and I go to close the trunk and it doesn't close. And so at first I'm thinking maybe it's something in the trunk. So I smash it a few times. And then oh my gosh. And then, like, I move things around and everything and I try it again and it still doesn't do it. And I'm like, geez, like, okay, fine. And then I'm like, the rock. Damn it, the rock. Okay, so I take the rock down. I put it in there. I'm like, okay, I go on. It's probably 30 minutes after that I'm sitting in the car and I look back. And I was just like, wow, I did that. Like, I did that. And that was really, like, the extent of it. And so now, you know, like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to worry about it for too long. I mean, it's just glass, and, I mean, it will get fixed. And I do love this car, but I also... I mean, it's going to get fixed and then this car is going to go on to someone else in some way. I don't even know how. So I kind of am not really worried about it. And that to me is the magical piece, is like being able to not be worried about something, even though you're like, on one side, you're thinking of the logistics, the real life stuff. Like, what am I actually looking at? But when you're looking at what isn't all that great to the naked eye, you know, to someone else that doesn't have the inside eye, basically, like, there's just something magical to being able to face things and be happy. Like, to face things that from the outside, everybody's like, what? You know? But on the inside, I'm like, I got this. We got this. This is a much bigger thing. And just the most important part when it comes to everything you think about. If you're not feeling well today and you think, oh, I'm going to feel this way tomorrow because I'm feeling this way today, you're probably going to feel that way tomorrow. If today you're like, I'm going to feel better, I already feel better. I'm like a kid. I want to play Domino Rally. Like, you're going to feel better. If you don't have a thing that you want and you get really stressed out about it, you get stuck in not wanting it. If you just kind of are like, it's okay, then the thing comes. Like, I didn't ask for Domino Rally to come to me, but the amount of joy that it has brought me in finding it, and even in just the consideration of playing it with anybody else, like, it came to me. But everything that I've needed, I've had. So I pretty much get to know that it's always going to be okay. Things are always working out for me. I mean, there are so many other say this over and over again things I've heard in all of the stuff. You know, positive affirmations. You can't say a positive affirmation and then say, but positive affirmations don't work. That's where it gets canceled out. So when you say a thing, your brain believes it. But when you believe that you're just saying an affirmation, kind of like saying a slogan, it's almost like you don't necessarily believe what you're saying, and you don't believe that it can do what you're saying it can do, so then it doesn't do it. But if you can suspend your opinions about reality and what's happened in the past and just decide it's okay. It's going to be okay. It always is okay. Everything is always working out for me. Everybody is always on my side. People are always happy. Like, oh my gosh, I barely remember the last person who I saw who was upset. And I've been around a lot of people lately in a lot of parts of town and in a lot of different circumstances. So for me to be able to say everybody is always happy and to see where that is like evident in my life, it's a superpower. That's all I'm saying. Be aware of your thoughts right now. Think happy thoughts right now. When someone tries to make you happy, don't try to convince them why you still need to be sad. Just be happy. Just enjoy the day. Eat some ice cream. Do something that makes you feel 7 again. And then watch it go away. The thing that you were otherwise worried about. Like the pain, the whatever. Because I will tell you, that is one thing that over all of my journey recently that is so huge, I'm still pain-free. Like, my body, under every circumstance that I put it to, is pain-free. So, I'm feeling pretty good. And it makes me just ever aware of how what we think creates our life, what we think creates just everything. So just start saying things like everyone is always kind, everyone is always happy, everyone is always loving, and don't then say anything else. Just say period. I'm going to say it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I do believe in fairies. I do believe in fairies. I do believe in fairies. Yeah, it was said in Peter Pan. Think of a magical thought. Any happy little thought. Think of something, think of something. Da 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 da. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly. We're probably going to learn how to fly by being happy. Is basically what it's going to boil down to. So, please, like, I don't know, forget the please, because take it or leave it. But I think you'll take it. Because especially if you've gotten to this part of the video, you've watched it. Just take it at true face value. If you think happy thoughts, you will have happiness in your life. The bigger your happy thoughts are, the bigger and better your life will be. Like, just test that out. Just take that at face value. Don't question it. Don't make up reasons why it doesn't work. Just believe it. And then see what happens. Things like Domino Rally level. We're talking like level 27. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, 27 awesomeness Domino Rally level for everything. So, that's all.